The Comrades' hypocritical call for racism. Remember Golding's chain incident before pointing fingers at Warmington? Hey, my people, I hope everyone is doing fine. Skywalker here again with another hot one. Brace for blunt shoot like Warmy. Today I come to you being sensitive to who I am. I don't care about inferior but broken spirits that surround me. If you diss my race, you disrespect me personally, even if some comrades don't have enough self pride to care. No one can tell me to be obliged to join them being inferior or to join them in some devil's philosophy just to vote for a prime minister. They start by marrying politics to a sexual orientation thing. That conversation should never come up in a democratic process. It was the first red flag for me. I noticed this folly in what is left of the PNP. Moreover, by them doing this, it came across as heterophobia because they were the ones that seemed to have the least say. People are willing to vote away their hearts, their souls, and even the wrong holes. Where is Lisa Hanna? By the way, people, I remember how long and hard I waited for a just response from black Jamaican comrades whose parents went through slavery. After Mark Golding's chain incident, a white man shackling or unshackling a black man sends a racist and demeaning message either way you look at it. As a person who lived for years in racist white countries, I have come to know to take sleep and no death. A white man showing you a crocodile image, a whip, a chain, or calling you a cotton picker is just as bad, but even worse than using the N word. No black PNP leader has ever done this chain ritual before Mark Golding, not even PJ. Michael Manley, a white man, was turned into Joshua with the rod of correction, which in a sense could represent a whip. But at that time, there was a serious lack of intelligence among the masses. Because of the black DNA trauma, it could be used as a subliminal way of inducing surrender among the people because you don't learn beyond a conventional degree of mind science, it does not nullify the field of science at the level of sorcery. Just because you don't know the thing doesn't mean that the thing is unreal. We are in times of greater light today. This other white man comes at a time when we all know the symbols or rituals that must be seen as a no. So even if you don't know the psychological games they are playing, at least you know the conventional sense of what is wrong or right for a white person to do to a black person, for a white person to say, where it's all international concepts. One of the ultimate worst thing a white person can do is the chain around a black man's neck or a hanging rope. It's unjustifiable and unforgivable across the entire world, including Jamaica. No white man in America, not even Donald Trump, could do this horrible racist ritual and it's just business as usual, and now you're condemning Warmington. Comrades stood and watched and cheered. Jamaican comrades will, will sell their own children over politics. And this is an exact case where the integrity of the entire black race was being surrendered by these cultic comrades for Mark Golding. There wasn't a peep out of anyone, not even the media and the maverick. Well, I don't care who the guy. I am going to call out the hypocrisy. Politics often makes people hypocritical, but accepting such a blatant racist ritual is going too far. Too, too, too far to now claim to have the moral fortitude to call out Warmington about racist speech against that same white guy. At this point, because you were complicit when Mark Golding threw the first stone, you will never be justified to attack Mr. Warmington. Sell out. That's what some of you are. Sell out. That night, after I saw this racist ritual by the British man, I immediately started bawling like a baby for Lisa Hanna. Where is Lisa Hanna and what did you all do to her? Just because the white man come uno sell her out. No, uno jump and cheer for buck breaking chains around black man neck ritual. You people would sell out your children, even if you hypocrites had condemned the chain ritual act and removed the racist white man from the PNP, or what's left of it. I would be in agreement with you on the Warmington issue. However, because you traitors are so complicit, it gives me the idea that Warmington decided to defend what was not defended in the first place, and that was the result. In other words, if you start from the deeds that Mark initiated, then Warmington seemed like a defender more than an offender. Black people suffered too much to be playing these games with white people, taking you for idiots. When they want to come with insults and work devilish energies, they claim to have many black friends and even black families. They make great sacrifices just to support racist agendas. There is no way to justify what Mark Golding did. There is no way to justify him telling you about Middle Passage and that his ancestors came with you as slaves. That comes across like a DNA memory spell that can be attached to buck breaking. He uses this reverse psychology method to pull the trigger. He knew his ancestors were slave masters, but psychology works in technical ways. Mind science used for evil is sorcery. Me not trust Mark Golding. Let's say all these behaviors were all coincidences. Do you believe in a consistent series of coincidences? Why did it have to be a chain ritual, an international no no and red flag? People, my favorite prime minister of all times was the white man named Eddie Siaga. And Your Holiness is the only Prime Minister at this time who could possibly outdo him, in my mind. Just because you are white is no reason to believe that you will do a slave master ritual on a black platform. However, when the white man literally did it before your eyes, you know he will do it now beyond the shadow of a doubt because you have seen him done it. Had Golding used the N word, it would not even be worse than what he already did. Think about that. Warmington is a proud black man, obviously, and he might think that someone must defend the integrity of his race. You comrades made all sorts of racist remarks about the great Edward Siaga all day, and you made up racist lies just to find reasons to attack him by. Today, no one has to make up racist lies about Mark Golding because his actions are literally on the World Wide Web. You can see them for yourself. It is obvious reasons to make a black person respond. You all had no legitimate reasons to attack Eddie Siaga. No one had to force him to show loyalty to Jamaica. He invested in Jamaica. Mark Golding builds houses in the Bahamas and watch buildings break down in his constituency. Comrades must be tired of their own hypocrisies by now. There is no way that politics is going to force me to stifle my conscience. Sell out, sell out. Mm-mm. Politics is not going to cause me to stifle my conscience, to sell out my race, or peer pressure anyone to agree with flipping from the right side to the flip side like a damned pancake. If I see something wrong, I will call it out. If I smell a fish, I will not say it's beef. And maybe that's how Warmington look at life. Politics can't corrupt me. Mark Golding's deeds and remarks long before Warmington spoke were not addressed by you, comrades. So why do you want to call out Warmington now? That's one-sided and bad mind. This is the kind of behavior that always makes labor right look better than you. I used to listen to Oral Tracy, and just by his one-sided comrade cult thinking, I started to really look into politics. But it was making JLP look better every time. Bad mind is counterproductive. You can't be defending white man with chain and a black man against a black man who speaks out defensively. That's the undesirable house slave behavior again. You only get impartial judgments over here. And because I have to tell the truth that God loves, I didn't have an option. If you love truth like me, and if it doesn't burn your bitter gall, think on these things, my people. Peace out.